Hey guys, what's up? It's me, and today I'm going to be teaching you how to draw a wolf from Payday the Heist. Now, if you're not familiar with this game, Payday the Heist is a co-op first-person shooter, and you go around completing various heists and unlocking various unique and intimidating masks like you see on our buddy Wolf today. For today's tutorial, all you need is a ruler, a pencil, and a handy-dandy pencil sharpener. Let's get started, gamers. So, what I want you to do first off is find a good spot on your paper, preferably on the center of your page, because this guy is going to take up the whole entire page, depending where you are actually drawing them and how big the size is of wolf you're making. Now, I want you to make an hourglass shape like I did right there. This is going to serve as his body / suit. Now, for every Payday character, every character has his black suit with a tie and blue gloves, and of course their unique mask, and for every character their mask is different. For Wolf's pose today, we're making him hold his shotgun, propping up on his shoulders and behind his head. Now for the arms, I want you to make simple V shapes for his arms right there, and don't worry, we'll be shaping his arms in a little bit. And for his head and his face, which is just going to be his mask, just make a little round oval shape right there. Now for the ruler, this is where the ruler comes into play. Just make a line behind his head, make sure it doesn't really intersect his face, because then you're going to do a lot of racing. Make sure that it's touching its arms and it's propping up on the shoulders right there. That's going to be the indicator for our shotgun. Now all I need to do is make the left hand an oven mitt, and the right hand just 4 little fingers. 2 are bigger in the center. Now for the suit and his body, all you need to do is make a Y shape. Now the opening of the Y shape is going to be where we'll make his white shirt and his black tie. Now on the side of the Y, you want to make his pockets, which are roundish rectangular shapes, and I'm beginning to outline a V shape, if you will, for the collar of his suit. Now this is where I start shaping my hourglass shape. I started adding in some folding. Now you're going to notice in this drawing I'm going to use a lot of black shading and a lot of gray shading. So you want to keep that in mind. A lot of dark gray shading and a lot of black shading for this drawing. And for the tie, it's just simple. Make an upside down triangle and make a little elongated rectangle shape going down to the bottom of the V we just made there. It's good to make these simple shapes and letters, so it's much more easier to actually see and execute in your drawing. Now for the tie, of course, you just want to go ahead and just darken that in. Now there's going to be a lot of shading and lighting we're going to have to take in mind. For example, on that left side of that upside down triangle shape that we made for the tie, light is reflecting off that. That's why that side is much more lighter. Now for the white shirt, all you really need to do is make lighter shades of the wrinkles and the folds of his shirt. Now since he is holding a shotgun, a lot of the coat is going to have a lot of wrinkles, and of course the shirt will have a lot of wrinkles too, because of his pose. Now as you can see, going down to the line we just made for the center of his suit, coat, jacket, whatever you want to call it, this is where a lot of shading, this is where a lot of wrinkles come into place. Now we're not going to make every fold and wrinkle on this. That's going to be a little bit of over detailing, but we're going to make it look realistic and as detailed as possible. Now I also forgot to mention that for the left side of the drawing, like the left side of the tie we made, it's going to be much more lighter. There's going to be lighting reflecting on the left side of Wolf's suit. On the right side, his suit is going to be much more darker, much more black. Now for different sections, like for his little coat pocket right there, for the right side of his jacket, it's going to be a little bit dark, a little bit of black, and also but mostly gray shading. Now you don't want to make light gray shading, you want to make dark gray shading. Yes, there is light reflecting off the little jacket that we made, but you also want to make a dark gray shading that actually matches with the other side, that contrasts with the other side of the coat. Now, the same features will be added further in the drawing on his right arm right there. There's going to be a lot of much darker shading than, say, the left arm of Wolf. And this is where I begin, and this is where I add in the dark gray shading. It's not light gray, it's a dark gray. Of course, we want it to match with the right side of the actual coat, but actually add in some variation in the shading and the light. Now, of course, if you make the wrinkles beforehand and you go ahead and shade it, do a full coverage of shading on the left side of the coat right there, you're going to have to go back and darken in your wrinkles like I'm doing right now. And this also applies to the actual collar of the drawing, as you will see. I actually shade it with the dark gray shade color tone right there, and basically I had to go back and just outline the color, not too big, as long as you know where it is and where you drew it. You can see the remnants of the lines. You can just outline it, and it'll just be poof right there before your eyes. Now, for the right side, most of the center right there, where I'm actually darkening the right side of the coat, there's not going to be any wrinkles. All you have to do is just shade that the majority of that right side of the coat just in a dark black shade. Now, of course, for the light shade, if the drawing is giving you less wrinkles than you want to put in your actual drawing, go ahead and add some more wrinkles, add some more folds. More details the better, but you want to actually consider that you don't want to over-detail your drawing. You want it to make it pop out, but not look too gaudy and look just a mess. Now, this is where I actually shape in the arms of Wolf. Now, once you are finished with the sketch, the arms might be a little bit smaller than the arms might actually be a little bit smaller than based on the image that you have. Granted, which image you get from whatever search engine that you use. That's okay. All you need to do is just make the arms a little bit beefier, or if you're fine with thin arms, that's okay too. But for me, further on in this tutorial, I just made the arms much more bigger and beefier, so they can just match with the tone of Wolf's chest and his whole body in general. So proportions, you want to make sure that you're getting your proportions on point. Doesn't have to be perfect, but you want to make sure that it's actually matching with your body, and that can be very tricky. The anatomy, of one's body, the anatomy of one's body, can be very tricky, especially when you're making a portrait or a drawing of someone, or even a video game character. Now, yes, this is a video game character, but I got this image of an actual actor. This is a real-life photo. Technically, you can say it's not really a video game character, but it's based on a video game character, and it looks just like him, so shut up. Now, this is where we're actually shaping the fingers. First, we're going to do the left, and then we're going to do the right. Now, these fingers are not actually going to be, we're not going to draw fingernails or anything, because these are going to be gloves. And this is where I make the arm much more beefier, much more bigger than that, going up the arm right there. Now any wrinkles, you'll want to darken in with a dark shade, and that just shows how much detail and shading and wrinkles that are in the actual coat, and that shows how much effort you put into the drawing. And more effort, more blood, sweat, and tears, it's going to make the drawing awesome. Well, not blood, sweat, and tears, but effort and dedication, it's going to make a drawing awesome. Now for the right arm right here, there's going to be a white sleeve of the shirt that's underneath the coat. It's just going to be a little sleeve right there where I just made that, and that's basically all you're going to see right there for the white shirt underneath. Now I really do like the looks of these characters. They look badass in my opinion, and I really want to play a Payday game. Never played one. I was hoping they would come out with a Payday 3, but they're actually coming out with a Payday 2 Crime Wave Edition, which is a port for Xbox One and PS4 and maybe PC. I'm not sure about PC, but I think it comes with every DLC mask, and it comes with an extra bonus duffel bag when you pre-order. Woohoo. Yeah, but I said in previous other videos that too much shading will kill a drawing, and that's right. But, you know, for the coat and the suit, that's an exception because we can put in a lot of shading because, well, it's a dark gray suit. It's a dark suit. You need that. You need to put in that extra dark shading, and it fits. But for the gloves and the mask, you don't do that much shading because it's going to kill so lighter sections of any drawings, like the shirt, the gloves, and the mask. You don't want to put in that much shading because they're lighter sections of the drawing. You do that, it's going to kill the drawing, because the main focus point of drawing any Payday character is, of course, the mask. Now, of course, you want to pay attention to the suit, but the mask is what makes Payday characters Payday characters. Now this is where we're actually shaping the shotgun. It's no longer a dull, flat line. And basically it's pretty much simple. This is just pretty much the bottom of the shotgun we're doing right here. So just make the little stock, the foregrip, and this is basically just going to be the cocking mechanism and the barrel right here. Now, of course, you want to pay attention to the actual shotgun. I actually missed a couple of shading right there. I probably should have paid attention. I did shading on the bottom of the right hand, as you can see. It's overcasting on the right hand with some shading, with some shadowing. You want to make sure that if your character is holding something above whatever body part, you want to make sure that that section of the body part is actually shaded, depending where the object is. Now this is where we're going to make the mask right there. So you can do this. This is optional. Just make a center line on the right dab in the middle of the mask, and right down below we're just going to make a little circle. That's going to be the indicator for our nose, just like the line was an indicator for a shotgun. Now for the mouth, his mouth is very wrinkly, and it's actually kind of like a smile. So yeah, this is a very creepy mask, but if you look up wolf on Google Images or Bing Images or any search engine, you will, it kind of looks like a skinned wolf to me, I guess hence the name Wolf, his old nickname Wolf. Now these wrinkles will mostly go around his cheeks, but it will end at that line we made right there. That little center line, half of it's going to be this wrinkly, very skin-like wolf mouth, and the other half right there is just going to be clean, white, and that's basically it. So anytime you can pause and see the little wrinkles and the jagged movements I'm making with my pencil, to make these wrinkles and shizbiz. So yeah, that pretty much wraps it up for the bottom half of the mask. Now we're doing the soulless black eyes. Yeah, so make just big round circles for his eyes, and for the middle section of these dark soulless eyes are going to be much more darker. So what you want to do for the actual upper half of these eyes, you want to do a dark shading, and for the lower half you want to make the same color tone that we made for the left side of the jacket. So you can see kind of like a pattern here. Now what I've noticed, I didn't really make the ovalist shape of the sketch as big as I wanted to, so of course I erased a little bit. And for the upper part of the eyes, you want to add a little bit more shading. Like I said, you don't want to add too much shading because there's a larger section of the drawing. Just add in light shading right there. Now you want to make a jagged little lightning bolt shape going up. You don't want it to touch at the end of the mask, but yeah, you want to make it like kind of like an eggish, an eggish like pill shape, and for his little mask right there. So yeah, guys, that is Wolf from Payday the Heist. I'm planning to do all of the whole crew, the whole Payday crew. That's going to be cool. I can't wait to do the clown one with the American flag. That's going to be cool. I also would like to do other Payday masks, not only just do the whole mask, not all the bodies, but all the masks. But of course, I'm going to do the full body and full everything for all the crew members. It's just that when if I'm going to do every mask in this game, I'm just going to draw the mask. So there's a little overview of the drawing. This is the end result right there. So guys, if you want more videos like this, comment, rate, subscribe. If you are a subscriber already, thank you for checking out this video, and hopefully you stay tuned for more content on Press Start to Draw. Well guys, that's it for me. I'll see you gamers later. Rob some banks and have fun.